Okay, so I just had the worst experience at a truck stop. And what happened was my card, like I said earlier on Facebook or whatever, it was flagged for fraud. So no more fuel card for me. I had to use what's called an EFS check. There's a few different kinds, but basically what that is like a third party company that your company pays them and they pay whoever you're buying goods or services from. So, but the way it works is you have to get your company to give you an express code for the check, and then you fill out the check with the express code and like your driver's license and oh my gosh, and they punch everything in and it gets, like approved usually. But this time was different because it didn't get approved. So I had to speak with EFS, the company EFS, myself, and tell them because the transaction got declined, right? And then it was the money got all tied up and it was just an absolute mess. Ugh, thank God. Okay. So the transactions get declined. I'm thinking it's the cashier's fault. But it turns out EFS messed up and instead of $500, they did $50. So because because of one little zero, just one little zero out of place or not in place, I should say, I had to waste like an hour and a half of my life at this truck stop. And I was so upset about it. I'm still pretty pissed about it because I can never get that hour back. One, hour and a half back. One, and two, I didn't get paid for it. Like, I don't get paid for fueling. I do that because the truck needs fuel. You know what I mean? So it was the suck. It was all of the suck. And then uh, so I finally redo everything and got fuel and everything was cool. And then I'm on my way here and my CB goes out. And I'm like, oh, can this day get any worse? I don't know, maybe. So that's what I'm doing now is I'm rewiring my CB because I have it wired and it's not wired like professionally. I really should solder it, but anyway, that's like a whole thing. Like we won't get into that. I don't feel like buying a soldering iron, and like I probably will actually for my next CB. But so long story short, because one person throughout the whole ordeal, we finally figured out that it was EFS because when you send everything into EFS, they have to like type it all up on their end like old school, like it's not even digital. So like it's honestly kind of shocking that it wouldn't just be digital. So some dummy at EFS gets like this thing and I guess they pay these people to just and then approve the transaction. So some dummy thought for some reason I only needed $50 and it cost me an hour and a half of my life. And I hate it so much. And I was worried that my CB was messed up, but it is not. It just, the power cable came loose. So A ray of hope. Ray of hope. Check out this big. Hold on. Let me turn the camera around. Check out this big. You know what? I missed it. It's too bad. I'm sorry. It was a big dump truck, one of the construction site kind that aren't even allowed on public roads. They have to be carried by a truck, obviously, because everything's carried by a truck, right?